Primetime Capper. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. And it is time for the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles. And let's go ahead and jump into our first topic in hand, and that's going to be this. It's going to be the Rangers win 3-1 in Phoenix to take a 2-1 series lead. What to expect in game four. So you have this Rangers team that is just absolutely unbeatable on the road. It seems like this team has wound up winning their first 9 games on the road. And I think that's a record in itself that a team has been this dominant on the road. And, they haven't swept every single series, but it's crazy because this is the only series where they didn't start the series on the road. So that's pretty good. And they got 4 road wins in their last series. So that was absolutely epic for this team. And they can get 2 more and actually raise up the trophy and become the World Series champs. But I don't think that they're going to get to that moment quick enough. I think that's going to be something that is probably going to be put on the back burner until you get back to Texas, because I don't see this Rangers team laying down 3 in a row. But I can say one thing: Texas did seize the momentum back in this series. I felt like the Diamondbacks had the momentum in Texas because they won game 2 very convincingly. In game 1, they blew the lead in the 9th inning. So they could have been up 2-0. Now they're down 2-1. And that's how it goes in this monkey show sometimes. So pretty much you have a very, very fun group in the Diamondbacks that are not going to lay down. Okay, their season's not ending on Wednesday. I can guarantee that. And I know that they have a pitcher tonight that most are very unaware of, but he wound up pitching pretty good last time they had him on the mound. And I think that they know that it has to be all arms in tonight. So they'll probably be going with the guy that they have as the 5th starter as well, too, coming in maybe in the 4th and 5th inning, because they're going to try to break it up to where they don't have to dig deep into that bullpen. This is a very, very critical game for both sides, because you look at the Rangers and you know that they're probably going to have to dip into their bullpen a little early tonight, because Heaney is a 5-inning pitcher, probably at best. And I think they're probably going to use him for 3. And, they had to dip into the bullpen early last night because Scherzer left the game early. Even though he pitched well, they still had to deal with, bringing in some pretty good arms that are probably going to be a little taxed tonight when it comes down to this game. That's why I said that I truly feel this game tonight, when you guys see our talking tickets, this game is actually going to be a game that's going to be a firefight. And a firefight, to me, really favors Arizona in Arizona. It would favor the Rangers in Texas, but in Arizona, it favors the Diamondbacks, because the Diamondbacks showed us in the most critical game against Philly when they were able to have that what was it, 4-run lead, and come back from that and win the game 6-5. That saved the series for this team, because literally that would have ended the series right there if they would have lost game 4, because they weren't going to win game 5, because that game right there would have broke them. And game 5 gave them a breather and said, okay, we can possibly get this game, but we got the confidence that we're a good enough road team that we can finish this thing off in Philly. They had that assumption. The rest of us didn't, and the history was made. Now we move forward. We're here in the World Series. They're kind of in the same scenario. They're in a must-win situation in game 4, and when this team has been in a must-win situation, they've been at their absolute best. Texas in a must-win situation, they kind of been a little shaky, but that was because the last series they were in, they were going against an interstate rival in the Astros. I just truly feel that. Why I said this, because they blew 3 straight home games. You know what I mean? And then they come back and they were able to find the mojo again, but it looked like they were on their way out in game 6, and they weren't having any parts of that. So it is what it is at the end of the day. This series is wound up being much better than advertised, and I truly do feel that this will be a series that goes down to game 7, and tonight the Diamondbacks do go ahead and tie this thing up. And so that's where I'm going with that, and I'll have more tickets for you guys once we get to talking tickets. So with that, we're going to move forward. Let's go ahead and jump into last